Ladies and gentlemen, let's settle down and get into today's call. He's a retired fire captain. They decreased his salary by $5,000 a month as a fire captain when his lovely wife was turned on to ACN by a dear friend of theirs who were in ACN. And amazing, their dear friend was in ACN and now they're no longer in ACN, but they got signed up, got started. They've been with us on point for over 8+ years. And his wife decided, let's something we can go do. And I tell you what, they've been doing a fantastic job. They're leading Fresno by leading by example. And one of the stories I love to tell is when he came out of convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I remember telling the story. And I tell you what, this is a story I'll be telling till I go to my grave, which is I think is very inspirational. He took off his pen, he buried it under a tree. You guys hear this? He buried his pen under a tree. He said, I'm not coming back to the next convention the same way I left this convention. My pen is changing from this position to the RD position. And he buried it that day under a tree. And guess what? He came to the next convention pinned as what? As an RD. Without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to none other than the regional director out of Fresno, California, the great Mr. Chris Keys.
Well, guys, welcome to the call today. It's so good to see so many people on here. And I think we did get the whole Fresno team on here, so past and present. So that's awesome. We enjoy having them on here and enjoy all this. So, guys, I want to thank Mr. Thomas for putting this platform together. I want to always make sure he gets the credit for that to help us grow and grow our business, sir. And thank you so much. For our military, our first responders. I see there, Mr. Casey, looking all sharp in his uniform. And just thank our first responder and military for keeping us safe and doing what they do for this great nation. So thank you, guys. And then we'll just get into it. How's that sound? Let's let some people in here. We got some people still trying to get on. So, guys, we're going to be just going over a few things. In all honesty, this is because of a reflection of me. Look back on what I'm doing in business, how I'm succeeding, how I'm failing. And Rose and I kind of go over a few things, so there's a little backup to it. So it's not just what I think, it's areas that she sees too. So we're able to do that and talk. And yeah, I'll be talking about this today, guys, and understand this. This is what you do to become vulnerable. Yeah, I'd like to sit here and just tell you that it's all, good and everything's great and everybody I talk to becomes an IBO or a customer. But I need to be honest with you guys. That doesn't happen. Not everybody comes in. Not everybody not everybody stays a customer. And so I'll be a little vulnerable here, guys. So bear with me. But one of the things, and it was something that I had issues with, and I brought it up today because I've heard other people talk about it recently. But it was transitioning. The first part of this is transitioning our conversation to ACN. I haven't seen anybody like Mr. Thomas yet on the team. I've seen people close, but Mr. Thomas has it down. He's smooth with it. When he talks to people, if any of you have been out with him, you know the sincerity that comes across his voice. And he means what he says, and he says what he means. So for this here, for transitioning my conversation, I struggled with this. And I struggled for years. I mean, honestly, I love talking to people. And if you ask my queen, she says, I talk to flipping everybody. And I do. I've always got a question for them. I always got, wondering, like, what's their story? But most people call the approach that I use on this is forming or form. And you've heard this before. Family, it's FORM, family, occupation, recreation, and money. So understand this. That's a great way to get out there and start talking to people, but you need to be genuine about it. But we're learning that sometimes the way we come across like this makes us sound like all the other salesmen, the ones that are out there, and they're all trying to get our biz, and they're all trying to do something or say that right thing. But what you have to understand is that causes a lot of people to look at you as a salesman and put their wall up. But he's just another salesman wall. He's going to say the same thing all the other salesmen say. So I try to stay away from that. But what I found, the best way for those people who are out there for transitioning, okay, remember, we're transitioning from our conversation to ACN, is asking questions. You cannot go wrong by asking questions. But it's not just questions all the time, just questions off the top of your head, because those are going to come up throughout a conversation. Someone will say something and it's going to pop in your head. You're going to ask a question. I'm talking about the questions that transition us into the business. Okay. And if you're not role playing this with your other business partners, with your downline, upline, sideline, and you're not role playing this in front of your mirror in the bathroom or in the hallway, wherever that is, you're going to struggle with it. You're going to struggle more. So when you're struggling with that, okay, you don't feel smooth. So if you don't feel smooth, how's that transition going to occur? You're not going to say it because of what happened last time. So just remember that. Just ask questions, because no matter what the question is, they have to answer. You don't. You're asking a question, and these questions can be easy. And I tell you guys, just keep it easy. Look at Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas, when he goes out and prospects, I have never heard when I first went out with him, it was all new. But after that first conversation, I watched him perform. After that, it was all the same. All the same. And those questions can be easy as, have you ever thought of owning your own business? Have you ever thought about being your own boss? Mr. Thomas, what's he say? I see you here all the time. You must have a cot out back. And the people laugh. Well, yeah, I feel like I do. Right? And he says it all the time. It's the same thing. So get to where you're saying the same thing. There's nothing new with this. Another big one. Have you ever, how would your life look if you made an extra 500,000 or more each month? And let them answer. Let them answer. But this is in the process of getting names and numbers, right? And here's my vulnerable part, because I always haven't gotten people's numbers. I've always talked to everybody, but I have not always got their phone number or their contact information. Okay, my bad. That being straight up. I'll give you an example, and this was just recently. And I do get caught up in the conversation sometimes because I'm a people person, or whatever you want to call it. It says, so the other day, Rose and I were at the farmer's market. We try and go down there because we're exposed to a ton of people, a ton of business owners, and just about every single one of them has credit card processing. So we're in a target-rich environment as far as ACN is concerned. So the other day we got some food. We went over, we looked for a place, and all the tables were taken. So I looked for a place and maybe have 1-2 people on it, because there's 4 seats around the table. And hey guys, the wife and I sit here and just eat? And oh yeah, sure, come and sit down. Nice little family, husband and wife, and their 2 children, 2 small children. And as we sat and ate, of course, I can't keep quiet. So what I do? Start asking questions. Start asking questions about him and his family. The entire time we sat there and eat, not like question after question. I was being genuine about it. And he never had the chance to really, because I had another question. He never really had the chance to ask me what I did, which is fine. Okay, which is fine. And we just sat there the whole time, and I was enjoying learning, because he said he was a boxer, and he was being humble about it. And, he kind of mentioned something. He does fight. He does have a fighting card, and I thought, that's pretty cool. So now I got questions about fighting. So I kind of got caught up. Well, they got up to leave. They got the kiddos, and they're getting antsy. So they got to leave, and we said our goodbyes, and they're gone. They walk on. And Rose says, hey, did you get his contact info? And I was like, crap. You know what? No, I didn't. She goes, oh, that's no worries. You probably got his social media, didn't you? I was like, oh, suck. I didn't get his social media either. I'm like, crap. Lost another one, right? That's what happens. That's what happens to me. And we're in the same business, so I'm sure it happens to other people. But I thought, I gotta figure out how to fix this. So how am I going to keep in touch with him? How am I going to find out? Like just being genuine about it. You know, question like, hey, when's your next fight? How's it going? And to just be intent on my conversation. So what do? I got creative. Thank God I've got a memory. I remembered his name. Told it to me one time. Don't ask me how I got this. Remembered his name. So I come home and now I'm throwing darts in the dark, hoping to hit a balloon. So I get on, I think it was Facebook, look him up. Holy crap, there he is. I'm like, yes. So we befriend. And here's what's crazy. That dude's legit. He holds 2 belts. He's got 2 big old belts he holds, 150 pounds. And I'm like, he never mentioned any of this. So now I got more things to talk to him about. You know, yeah, I kind of became a little stalker on social media looking for him. But I found him. Friend requested it, you know, and basically saved the day. So now in contact with him. But what if I hadn't done that? What if I just would have, you know, like most of the other people, you don't remember their names. How are you supposed to look for someone you can't remember the name? Now I can encourage him. I can cheer him on. You know, not do a whole bunch as far as outside that. I don't know. I would send his kids gifts and like that. Just keep it simple. But here's what's crazy. Now, the one thing about fighters is they do not fight forever. They might have the fighting spirit forever, but they do not fight forever. Our bodies don't allow us to do that. Okay. So now when the time comes, right? Because when he's fighting right now, he's getting ready to move and go back down south. He doesn't even live at home when he's prepping for a fight. Isn't that crazy? But when the time comes now, there's going to be an opportunity. An opportunity is going to come for him to see the business, or actually to learn about the business and have the choice to see it. So if I hadn't got his number, I haven't been a part of him on social media. So through my faults, I kind of had the epiphany that, and Rose has always talked about that. And Rose is so amazing at getting people's guys are guys like, hey, what's up? Good. Hey, all right, later, dude, knuckles. That's a man. Do it all the time. But women are so much more, in most of the cases, are so much more detailed. But here's the thing, guys. The lesson I learned was now, if I don't get a name and number, and you don't feel comfortable getting them a number, how awesome would it be? Like, hey, Miss Black, are you on social media? I would love just to keep in touch with you and just check in on you once in a while. At least I got something. You might not have had a chance to talk about business, but you might have found someone interesting. Social media is the way. It's the way it's been happening for a few years now, and people are becoming even usually it's a young people's thing. Oh, it's a young people. No. Today now it's the young people, it's the middle-aged people, it's the older people, it's the business owners, it's the elderly, it's everybody. Grandparents are on social media. So the opportunity is there, guys. The name and number's not working. You don't feel comfortable asking for it. You might, oh, I feel weird asking for a phone number and blah, 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 blah. And I get that. The time right now is not right for you. Ask for their social media. This is going to open up some doors for you. And besides, not everybody's interested in business at the time. You might, it's bad time, right? Not every situation works out perfect. But how, as I say, non-direct would it be for you just like, hey, I would love to keep in contact with you. Are you on social media? Not evasive. That's how you keep in touch with people. Get to know them, right? You might not have talked about business, but it gives you the opportunity for time getting to know them. They finally say, oh, I went on a trip. I went to Orlando. Hey, I'm getting ready to go to Dallas. Hey, dude, Chris. Hey, Mr. Ishmael, you were gone all the freaking time. You went to Mexico. You got Colombia. You've been talking about Colombia. What do you do? Boom, another door open. So don't miss out those opportunities, guys. That's just another opportunity. And like I say, I've been in the business for 10 years plus. And Rose has always talked about social media, but I don't know something about this last time with the boxer and everything else. And I think it's because I had a success, because I remembered his name and I found him. So there was a success there. And maybe that opened my eyes. But Now I'll be asking for your social media. I'll ask for your birthday, your home address. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be hitting your name and number or your social media. Okay. Even if someone says, I don't give my number out. Hey, no worries. Are you on social media? So it gives you another option. All right. Don't be that. Don't just be another salesperson. Stay in touch. Okay. Now, here's another thing that Rose and I just learned the other day. Right. And this is something we're going to try. So I'm going to tell you right now up front. Any of y'all know who we are, and you see us at an international, you see us on here, send us a kite here in a couple months. All right. Here's why I say a couple months, because this is what we got planned. We give all of our customers tamales. Miss Luann's doing it. Miss Evelyn gives little packages. So we all do that. So here's what's cool about that. Tamales is coming. I'm making tamales. If you see me get all choked up about tamales, it's because I can't stand them anymore because I ate so many of them. So I don't want to see that. Mr. Thomas is like, I'm cool. I don't need tamales for another month yet. We're going to be doing them on, I think, the 7th or so, the 5th of it's like a Thursday of December. So we're going to see all of the next month, right? We're going to see all of our customers. We've done, hey, we appreciate you being our customer. Here's your tamales. Anything else we can do for you? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I need identity theft protection. And it happens. We get more customers, right? And we thought, what do we see when we drive through our neighborhoods? New stuff. Someone's car's been out in front of their house for 6 months. You don't even notice it, but here's what you see. Here's the new stuff you see, guys. All right. So I hope you're ready for this. Here's what we see. Right? What is this? Happy panels. Rose and I, as soon as we pulled out of our driveway, we saw this. We're like, what the heck is that? And it's a little cheap piece of plastic. It's like plastic cardboard is what I call it. And it's vented, right? So it's got waves through the inside, so it gives it support. And you can put it on a metal H. It's literally an H. It's metal. You stick one side in the ground, and the other side slides in between the cardboard through the corrugated plastic. And it says solar panel cleaning, burn proofing, and a phone number. So what's Rose say? Why don't we have those for our team, our customers? We give them, right? This is the cherry on the top today, guys. You got a little social media, how to get the social media. Now, this is the cherry on top. What if we said something and we had some good ideas, we wrote them down, because not everybody's the same. California is good with natural gas. What if all our natural gas customers, we said, happy customer. This is off the top of my head now. Paying less for my natural gas, call Rose. Phone number, boom. These things aren't that expensive. You live in a Miss Catherine Williams lives in an area that's great with Vivint. Happy homeowner. I'm completely covered. My home is completely covered, secure, whatever, because of Vivint. Call Al, the number, boom. Call Rick. And you gave those to everybody. So that's what we got going. Come up with your own ideas on what you want to say. Don't be salesy. Look, happy panels. Stupid. But it got our attention. As soon as we back up, what's that? First thing. And you know when it sits on a street where everybody driving forward has to make a left turn before they run into this house, so everybody's going to see it. The guy's not stupid. So you go give him something, a bag of candy. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you for being my customer. You don't have to be elaborate about it, right? And you say, you've been a great customer. Would you mind if I put this in your front yard? If they said no, no worries. Thank you for being my customer. You have a great day. I came with a gift. Here's what, guys. I came with a gift. I'm asking for a favor. If someone doesn't put this in their lawn, they're super anal about stuff being in their yard. But how many times you drive? So what? In a about 7, 8 months, you're going to see all the stuff for all the politics. Vote for so and so. Vote for so. Assembly bill bump is coming. Vote for the zoo. It's all coming. You see it all the freaking time. We've seen it all the freaking time, and I've heard no one talk about this. So there's your cherry on the cake, guys. Ask us here, probably in January, how it's going with this. Because we're going to be on a mission. So check up on us, and we're rolling. Mr. Thomas, thank you, sir, very much for everything. Appreciate you, sir.